So we'll go around and talk about the van, what's on it, what we like and what we don't like as we're going. So what we've done here, we lost the handle, didn't want to buy another one, so we just welded a 19mm wheel nut on there, and that 19mm socket that we use on the stabiliser legs can also be used on this this jockey wheel, and it can be used to take the nuts off the Caravan or off the Ranger. Now moving up to the box here, it's a pretty decent box, it seals well. It's got a rubber seal on there, a water lip. It's enough to fit our floor sheet, a privacy screen, two wall ends for the awning, and the main front for the awning if we wanted to make that fully private and waterproof. So we'll put that down. Then we'll take a look at the storage up front here. Got your 9 kilo gas bottle, and we've put the diesel heater in, so that's our diesel heater tank there. And to do that, we've actually moved the bracket for the gas bottle forward and made that little bit of space at the back. But you can see here that there's some 9 kilo gas bottles that are rounder than others, and that just misses there. So we just use a ratchet strap when we get a gas bottle that doesn't fit in there. And on this side we don't even run a 9 kilo gas bottle. So we've got the water hose there with the filter in line. You just buy them at the hardware store. Grey water hose, which we don't use too often unless we're dumping the tank. And then you can see there we've just got a Bunnings bucket with a 4 kilo gas bottle in there as a backup for if that one runs out. It just buys us enough time to go and swap it over. That bucket's pretty loose in there, so we normally just chuck a strap around it. Helps it, keep that gas bottle secure in there. So around to this side, we'll take a look at the tunnel boot here. It's got rubber seals on it, gas strut there, and it's got an air vent for the hot days. Just the fridge light up there, and that's this one. There we go. And then a light here, and then the fan switch, which we'll probably put that on the thermostat, so that when it gets hot here it comes on automatically. And then just a power point there for if you want to run the fridge off 240. So we've got a slide here, comes out with the 90 litre fridge on it. It's dual zone. It's just a like an Evercool rip-off. Comes off either side there, and this can be, excuse that, we've got the meat out, defrosting. Fridge or freezer, we run this as a freezer because we've got a fridge in the car as well. They lock in. This is a 90 litre fridge. We haven't had any dramas with it at all. Saying that, we got it thrown in for nothing because they built the internal cabinetry of the van in white, and it delayed the process where we actually ordered coloured Laminex. You'll see in a minute. So yeah, fridge is out. We'll take a look around the other side of the tunnel boot. Same here. Got your double action locks there. So you've got your generator slide there. It's got a drawer in the top. We got that added in, and we got the whole slide extended because there was a massive gap behind that and between the back of the fridge that was just wasted space. So we keep just the chairs, coffee machine, boxes of beer, stuff like that in there. So we'll shut that up. It's not that interesting really, but it is good storage. And there's your Thetford cassette toilet in there, and your fill point for your water tank. So here you've got your picnic table. There is an episode where we converted that into a pantry. Here is a tiny little slide out pantry there. You'll see in a minute we've moved all the batteries and inverter under the seat, and that's going to allow us to extend this drawer out to 1.2 metres. Now in here, it's pretty stock standard kitchen. locks in there. Make sure you undo them, or it can chew out the rubbers there. And that just slides out. Windshield comes up. You'll see there, just another bit of dodgy craftsmanship. The hole doesn't line up, doesn't go in. It's got a cutlery drawer here, a little storage drawer where you put all the gas burners in there. You take them off when you travel or you'll snap the pins. And just a little drawer there to help you access under the sink. We keep what we can under there. Plates, can't get a great deal in there because there's pipe work for the gas, hot, cold water and the wastewater. So take these out. So you pull your hoses out one at a time. This is probably the worst bit about setting up. And then you'll see here, we've added these hydraulic dust covers on there from hydraulic hoses and a little band of heat shrink to tell you what's what. So that just pushes in like that. And that just pushes in like that. There we go. Now we've got water. Pop this up. It just pops up like that. We store a few things in the sink there. One of them is just a bit of hose there with a poly fitting on it. So put that in there, spin it round. That doesn't have to be super tight because it just runs down into that Bunnings bucket that we've got there. And then we just, we use that, tip it on the fire or whatever. It's handy to have that water. You don't want to use your good tank water to put out your fire or anything like that. So otherwise you just tip it on a tree or something. So yeah, that's this side. We'll have a quick look around the other side, which you have seen before. Here's your water fill points. Got your water fill point there. It is quite hard to get in there. You can't really get your fingers in to grip it and turn it. And then you've got your mains water supply there, which it's a pretty poor design. It sticks out there. It's bound to get snapped off at some point. And then your external shower, we've never used that. So we did have a big water leak and had to do a bit of emergency plumbing there. So got your TV antenna point there and your mains power, 15 amp power supply there. And then tunnel boot and Tetford toilet cassette there. So looking in this tunnel boot here, you can see we just keep the awning poles, the anti-flap kit, toaster, and there's the diesel heater up the back there. We added a door in there to access that diesel heater. I'll just give you a look at that. There we go. There's the door there to get in there. It's a little bit rough, but you never see it. So we will alter this tunnel boot. I've seen a good mod where a guy's built a slide out drawer, so we'll probably do the same thing. When we're using that diesel heater, we just latch it like that. So we're at the front door. We'll just have a quick look at that. It comes with this spring-loaded catch here to prop it open. Triple action door lock, so you've got undo. It'll close under its own weight, and you can just pull it open, or you can latch it closed like that. So when you're traveling, you don't have to lock it all the time. So undo that. You come around here. You've got your door lock, so you can lock it from the inside, and you lift that lever there and it splits the skins. So you've got your flywire security door there, and you just pin your main door back, or you can shut it again. Just give that a push, bit of a slam. Find they're a little bit dicky like that. So we'll prop that open. There you go. That's propped open. And you come in here. You've got your main control panel for all your lights, main on and off, and then you've got roof light, shower light, exhaust fan, left side, right side there, water pump, all your pushable, resettable fuses. Then you've got your socket outlets, so USB, SIG sockets, a percentage gauge there, and flickering there in the LEDs of volt and amp meter, so it's saying there's 2 amps going out. Then over here you've got your fresh water, which is your 200 litres of water, and your grey water, which is an 80 litre grey water tank. Then under here you've got your breakaway system that charges off your car when your car's running. Your mains 15 amp circuit breakers, some 12 volt circuit breakers for your solar there. Coming over here is the diesel heater outlet that we put in. That's just a puddle flange from Bunnings, and we painted it black and it points up to maximise there. And then in here is just a bit of food storage for us. So down here you got your floor light, which is this one here. We actually disconnected that because it's way too bright, but that will light up this handle here, which is bluey purpley colour. We've changed this fire extinguisher over to a decent one. The one they give you is just like a bit of a water pistol. We've moved, you can see here, we've put a blank in there and put a 3-way switch in there for the awning. And there's the diesel heater controller there. It's hard to see. Oh, there you go. It's displaying now. And that works really well. That diesel heater works really well. It's just an eBay jobby. So up here, you'll see we've got the bunk. We've done the bunk extension, which you can see that video. Just have a look through our playlists in the DIY playlist. We've put this bunk edge on. That's not standard. We've added this cupboard in here. Creates a little bit of a hole. But it's really good. Kids think it's like a bit of a cubby, you know, and they love sleeping in it. So I'll have a bit of a look in there. You can see it's got a window up each end, a fan, a charge point there for USB stuff, and a reading light there, which there was a reading light up both ends, but we got rid of one from the other end and put it in the top bunk. And we also aim them up, so they come up and loop around. Standard, they come pointing down. So yeah, the window up either end's really good. Gonna let fresh air in, and I can still crawl in there. No worries at all if I wanted to sleep in there. So coming over here, we've got this standard cupboard tall boy sort of thing there, with one down the bottom there, and we added this cupboard in here with just a 3-shelf system in it. What we did, you could see the video, we moved this bench top from on top of there up to there, and it's come up all right. We still are yet to move the TV points onto the end wall, but you know, we're not fussed. I don't think we've ever wanted to watch TV while we're away. So we've got the mattress here. It's in the travel position. You just flick that over, and then you just slide that up there. We've got a mattress topper on that, bamboo mattress topper. Just adjust that a little bit. Normally we've got the doonas set up in there, and our pillows just go up in the front bottom bunk when we're traveling. We've added this little table in. That's not standard. We did get this from North Coach RV. Let's just go online and get that. They're reasonably cheap, and I think they're in Queensland or somewhere like that. And this top came from the little fold out table they give you. So yeah, that was real handy. We've done the pantry in behind there, and that's created a little shelf along here. We've just jammed a few things in there during travel, so it's a bit dirty. We'll leave fruit or whatever in there. A couple tubs fit in there perfectly. And then we'll have a look under the seat. So you pull that off, you have a look here under the seat. You've got a little bit of storage room there, AC charger up the back there, the inverter, and the 250 amp AGM batteries. So quite a good little mod, moving all that stuff to there. And then yeah, we just run that power cord through a little groove in that corner there. And yeah, we normally store, you know, whatever under there. One thing we do run is a spare controller for this diesel heater, because I heard they can pack it in and then you can't turn them off and you have to pull the power and they don't get to go through their cool down phase. So put that in there, that on there, and there we go. Now we'll sit that there, slide that arm back over there, and we'll flip the mattress up and have a look under here. So that lifts up, it doesn't stay up, needs a strut or something on it. You've got the Truma hot water system down there. Over behind that in the corner you've got all your piping and your water pump, which has burst on us when we were away and had lots of leaks. It wasn't really installed very well, but you can see there's that pantry I was talking about. That's going to slide all the way back to this hot water service, and then the storage under there will just be all accessible by sliding that out. You never have to flip your bed back, so yeah, quite handy. So I'll have a quick look at a few of the electrical things. We've got, you know, LED downlights, you've got your speakers that run through the car stereo here. You've got your Cree split system there. It's awesome on aircon, but on heater it clunks and carries on, keeps you awake all night. Like, I hate it. I'd just run the diesel heater, but you know, sometimes you can't if you're in a caravan park or whatever. So looking up here, you've got reading lights there. They're not the ones with the USB in them, would have been good, but they're the two touch ones, so they've got night light and then reading light. And then you've got your touch lights up the back there, plenty of windows, magazine holders there. We've just added a phone holder in there, and you can put a little SIG USB thing in there. These little Mitchell fans, they're pretty noisy, so noisy, like they make a lot of noise to keep you awake all night. So I'll have a quick look in the bathroom. I've done a modification video on this bathroom, so I won't go into too much detail. If you want to watch that, go through our DIY playlist and have a look. We've banged a couple of fusion lock accessories on. We've got a mirror there. We've added in the medicine cabinet. You've got hot cold water into your sink. Added that fusion lock towel rail on. I've added these little shelves in. We just take everything off them when we're traveling. This neon, or however you say it, toilet roll holder. It's waterproof. It's pretty good. And a little storage compartment in there. So the Thetford toilet, it's pretty good, apart from the flush button leaks a little bit, and the shower head is on a rail there with the overhead one. Thought we'd use that a lot, but we don't actually, because then it sprays water all over everything else. So you keep it low, like that high, and you can just sort of splash under it as you need. And the exhaust fan up there works really well. So come down here, I've got the cupboard here. I've added this shelf in, but the problem is underneath there, we've been getting a water leak in there somehow. It may be to do with the poor silicon job, or it may be even the toilet water tank's leaking a bit. So we'll have to get that looked at. Coming over here, we'll have a quick look at this. We've got the solar controller there. Now that's just a cheap one. It comes with the van. Actually works pretty well. It's a pulse width modulator. I think we've got that right. Which isn't the best charge profile you can get. You probably want MPPT, which is probably a better option. But so far this has worked really well, and it keeps right up. So it's got the 300 watts of solar on the roof, which it keeps up if you're not in a shaded area. You charge your batteries every day. One thing, if you look here, this display here, it actually, if you look, it doesn't give you an accurate reading if any of your sockets on. So you can see that's going up as soon as the sockets go off. or something's not running. I think the fridge might be running, but it goes back up. You've got to turn everything off just to get an accurate reading. So it's more like a voltmeter, not a smart shunt or anything like that. So it could do with, you know, a better battery health display in it. Might look at putting an iTech smart shunt, 500 amp smart shunt in there, battery monitor system. So it's a bit easier to control there. So we've had a look at the outside, the inside. Now we'll run through a few of the things that we like and we don't like. Probably the best thing about this van is its solar and the charge capabilities of it. Don't like the AGM batteries. I reckon they're probably, you know, the rated capacity probably isn't as good as a reputable brand battery. So it's something we'll probably upgrade to lithium before too long. Probably look at the iTech World stuff. These lifters, before we modified them, they were nearly impossible for the missus to lift. Now she can manage them by herself. I don't like, as I said, I don't like roof aircon, makes a lot of noise. I can't sleep, it's just too noisy. So try not to use that on heat mode. As I said, get off there. On aircon mode, it's fine. We did have a leak in the canvas when we first got it up in this corner. This mattress was just soaked. They fixed that, so that was all right. There's no smoke detectors or CO monitors in here, so we've gone and bought a CO monitor and we'll just mount it to the roof there. It's just, we normally sit it on that bench there. I'm not sure on the laws. I'm pretty sure by law, if you're in a caravan park hooked up to 240 or gas, you've got your gas running, that you need to have smoke detectors in here, but I'm not 100% on that. If anyone can confirm that, that'd be great. So the windows, they're not too bad. You know, we like the push out window. They have 3 different spots where you can stop them. Got the fly wire and the privacy. Sometimes they crinkle up in here and you've got to play around with them a bit. There may be a way to adjust them. I haven't really looked into it too much at the moment. So the storage in here standard was just not enough. We didn't really like that. We've had to, you know, go and spend extra money, put an extra cabinetry in there. When we got the van, they told us it couldn't be done. Clearly it can. I've done it, so it's not that hard. The craftsmanship gone into this van. Well, there's the old saying, you know, it's second to none. Well, this craftsmanship is probably second to like literally everything in the world. There is so much little stuff that I've picked that could have just, you know, a little bit more time and effort put into it, maybe a bit of quality control could have been, you know, not an issue. Just things like this here, you know, look at that silicon. You got a black bench top, brown there, and they've used white silicon. And then up the back it's all going cream, and then they've tried to put a little bit of grey in there just to pretty it up. But oh look, they've scratched all the powder coat there. You know, like there's no pride in the work. This door, when we got it, was all wobbly and it didn't line up. The water leaked out there. Yeah, a lot of things, you know, that, like, I don't do things perfectly, but there's a lot of things that were just like a bit of how you going. We'll go outside and we'll have a look at a few things else that we're gonna do. Now, if you have a look in here quickly, we've just added a heap of hooks in there for the keys. Really handy. Just need to grab them, get out, unlock something. It's really good. As I said before, we're going to get that extended. What I don't like here, you got these 2 other compartments. I've seen a couple other brands where this is missing. It's all one big door, and all these water points and gas points and everything are on a panel there, which just much better. So that would be something that I would upgrade. We may even look at mounting them up there in this gap or something if we can, because where they are is a bit of a pain in the bum there. And so we're upgrading this drawer for a slide out one. This drawer here we're going to put on longer slides. and add a little pantry compartment on here, like there's a couple other brands out there that haven't. We're going to add in the thermostat for the fan there. We're getting a box made up for the front here, full width, to put the awning poles and anti-flap kit in. Yeah, the steel work is pretty deplorable, you know, like stuff like that. You know, why they had to cut it on there, it's beyond me. A couple of the stabilizer legs have done shear pins in them, just using the crank handle, and they snap. And a couple of them actually we had to get replaced because they were so rusty that all the gal off them had disappeared. So the hot water works really well. This shower here, no good, wouldn't bother with it. This isn't even plumbed up anymore because we had a leak in there on the water pump. The way they plumbed it up was, it was all the pipe where it was crisscrossing and put pressure on other pipes, and it was leaking, running down and filling up all underneath the cupboards and wetting everything. So that has to be fixed under warranty. We don't like this sticking out like that. That could be recessed in. We might get a box made up to recess that in. Tyres haven't been too bad. The brakes are all right. They're not too bad. They were pretty reasonable. Once we adjusted the handbrake here, just make sure you've got a bit of slack in that when your handbrake's off, because that was tight. They might do it for shipping. That was super tight, and we actually heated our brakes up bringing it home from the dealer, so they didn't even check that. So this tunnel boot, when we extend the fridge slides, it's going to come back further this way. We'll take this whole thing out and we'll just have a couple shelves in there, I think. Just enough for a Jenny or a barbecue on that side, and that's about it, you know?